Well, and what some lawyers are calling, quote, legally dubious action. The president has signed an executive order which would prevent illegal migrants from being counted in the census when U.S. congressional voting districts are redrawn next year. There are 435 congressional seats in the House of Representatives, which are historically granted based on state population and regardless of immigration status. This order would change that, and critics fear this move will cause states with high immigrant populations to lose seats. The memo drew sharp criticism from Democrats. Well, let's get more on all of this from Peter Mathews, who's a professor of political science at Cypress College. He joins us now live from Los Angeles. Peter, great to have you with us. What is your take on there being even so there's sort of two things happening here. One is the president saying that, you know, before that there should have been this sort of citizenship question on the census, which we know has caused a delay. And now there's this memo going out saying that, you know, they shouldn't be counted at all. Why is this a debate right now in the U.S.?
It shouldn't be a debate because Article 1, Section 2 of the U.S. Constitution specifically says for the House of Representatives, when you're electing someone, the persons, it says free persons living in that district should be counted. It doesn't say free citizens, free persons. And that would include anyone who's undocumented, who's still working and paying taxes in the area and wherever they're living. And the reason it's becoming a political football is because the president does not want to have more seats in democratic areas where more undocumented people and immigrants generally live. So those would reduce the number of seats that California would have, for example. It would increase the number of seats other smaller states in the Midwest would have, where President Trump wants to get more people in the House and Senate. So I think it's unconstitutional. It goes against what the Constitution says. And I think you can tell when he said we need to put in a question about citizenship, that was going to intimidate people from filling out the census data completely if they were undocumented. So that was another attempt to depress the number of representation, or the amount of representation for undocumented people and people in general who live in states that are more progressive, more diverse, more liberal.
Peter, with all the legal challenges to this, and we do know that it is going to be legally challenged, is it likely to go anywhere?
I don't think so. I don't believe it will, because even the U.S. Supreme Court, it has a 5-4 conservative majority right now, but even they are probably loath to go against the strict language of the Constitution. After all, conservatives call themselves strict constructionists, and they go with the language in the Constitution, in the original documents, and it says there, it's the persons living in that area, that district, that should be counted, and this would be going completely against the spirit and the letter of the Constitution. I don't think it has much of a chance to pass. It's a political ploy for President Trump to get more of his supporters riled up and not to vote on November the 3rd.
All right, Peter Mathews there in Los Angeles. We appreciate you being with us. Thanks for that.